Welcome guys to another video tutorial from helpvid.net. So in the last tutorial we created this basic contact page, but as it stands just now, if we send this message, send email, nothing will happen because we've not put in any details on where this forum should forward those details to. And we do that using a thing called a PHP script. Now I've set up a temporary host where I have housed a PHP script you can copy and paste. So here it is here. The address is mark.host56.com/script.html. I'll also put that link in the sidebar to the right hand side of this video. So once you come here, you just want to copy this PHP document, and the reason we're copying this is because if we make even one error while coding this, the email won't send. Also, it's a lot faster. So we come back over to Dreamweaver, we hold our cursor over our main folder and create a new file. Now I've already created a contact forum process.php here, so I can't call that, duplicate that file, so I'm going to call mine test.php, but it's very important that you call yours contact forum process.php. Once you've created that, you just double click on it, open it up. Again, very important that you go into the code view and not the design view. You know you're in the code view when you see this here. We'll just delete that. And then on line 1 we'll click and paste in that PHP. So again, you will know that it's worked correctly if the PHP is red. If it's blue, go back down and check and just make sure you've gave it the extension of .php. If you give it the extension of .html, it won't work and this will be blue. So again, your file name should be named contact forum process.php. So this is mine here that I've created earlier. So we're going to go through this now because we need to make a couple of changes. So I'll come back to that test one there, and you'll need to put in your email address here. So you'll just delete this where it says your email address will go here and just type in your own email address. Whatever that may be. So again, we'll just scroll down and we need to change this path here. And what this is refreshing the page. So just to better understand, we'll go back here and we'll just come and we'll send an email so you can better understand. So just write Mark So watch what happens. Once we click send, this message appears saying your email will be answered as soon as possible. But then, if you wait a couple of seconds, it returns back to the website. And for that to return back to the website, we need this additional script here on line 37, which is saying refresh the content after 3 seconds. You could change this if you want. And where do we want it to return? Well, we want it to return back to the contact page. So that address there is the same address as my contact page. So it's just returning back after it sent that message. So we'll come back here and I'll just scroll through it, and you can change this also. This is just a message that displays once the email is sent. I've just put in something basic like your email will be answered as soon as possible. You will return back to Classic Bikes in a few seconds. That lets the visitor know that their message has been sent successfully. So that's basically it, and it's a lot faster this way, so we don't need to hand code it. There is quite a lot of code there, as you can see, and it would take some time to code all that, maybe 2, maybe even 3 tutorials. So it's better squeezing it all into the one so we know where we're at. So once you have created this and you've put in your own email address and your own path for that sent message to return to your site, Once you've completed this, you will come down to your control panel, your file panel, click on the contact form process, hold down control, click on the contact page, and then hit the small arrow that says put file up, and that will put the file up onto your server. Just click yes. And also, if you're testing this locally on your own computer, if you send yourself a message, you may get the message and you may not. I think I've tried it before and you actually do receive the email, but with regards to the message showing up telling you that the email has sent successfully, that will not work unless your site is live. So don't worry if you've tried to send an email and it sends the email but the message doesn't look correct. I'll actually go and I'll show you. So here's a contact page, and I'll preview this in Firefox, and this is just previewing it on my hard drive. So I'll just type in Mark and if we send email, watch what happens. This comes up, right? So don't worry, that's fine. It'll just, that's what appears on your hard drive. It needs to be live for that actual message to appear. So that's us uploaded. We're back at the actual site now, and this is the site live. So we've uploaded the files, so we'll just refresh this. So that's those files put up live. So next, well again, just put in a message. And we'll send that email. This message comes up and you return back to the screen. If you didn't have that meta bit of script in there, refreshing the page and returning back to your screen, the visitor would leave and they wouldn't be able to return. They would need to re-log in your address and stuff. So it's a really handy thing to have. So we'll come over to the email, and it's sent it into the spam folder here. And there's all the messages I've just been sending myself. So we'll just open up one here, and there's the last one we sent. We know it's from Mark. There's his email address if we want to respond, and there's his message, his comments. So what I'm going to do now is going to come back. I'm just going to scroll through this slowly with you, just in case, just so you can double check in case you've made any errors. We're just going to scroll through it slowly and then you can check. So there in line 6 you would change that email address and put in your own. So again, we'll just scroll down. You can just pause the screen, making sure that everything is in check. So again, just going to scroll down, and there on line 37 I've put in where you're meant to change in capital letters. So you would change that to your website address, and then obviously it should be /contact.html if the individual is returning back to your contact page. So again, we'll just keep scrolling down. This is another bit going into line 41 where we can change the background colour of that confirmation message. We can change the text style and all that kind of things in there. We can also change the message by just altering that text there. And that's the end of the form. So I hope this has helped. I've done it that way to lessen the chance of any errors. As we said before, one error and it just messes up everything. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this tutorial useful. Drop by helpvid.net here, and under the informations link there's a lot of free cool tools here. You can get some free web hosting and stuff. Absolutely nothing. That's what I set it up with. So cheerio.